Have you ever wondered if a wish made at dawn could set the sky on fire? Sometimes, the longing for a father's love burns brighter than the sun itself. In the gentle hush before daybreak, the world holds its breath as another story unfolds across the timeless heavens. Once, in the heart of ancient Greece, there lived a boy who gazed up at the warming sky with eyes full of questions. His name was Phaethon. And to him, the sun's first light wasn't just a daily miracle. It was a promise, golden and mysterious. Each morning, the gentle rays would creep through his window, wrapping him in the glow that felt almost like an embrace. Yet, Phaethon carried in his heart a yearning, not for glory or challenge, but simply for proof. A beacon that would answer the softest, simplest hope. Who am I, truly? His mother, Clymene, would often whisper gentle stories about his father, who was Helios, the sun god, the shining one who guided the Blazing Chariot across the sky. But for Phaethon, tales were not enough. He wanted more than words. He wanted the touch of truth, like sunlight warming his skin. Would the heavens themselves recognize him, perhaps, if he stitched himself into the sun's own story? One shimmering morning, brighter and gentler than most, Phaethon awoke with his heart fluttering. The promise of certainty pulled him forward. Armed with persistence and the deep warmth of hope, he set out quietly, following the lightest footprints the rising sun left behind. Step by golden step, he climbed, threading rivers and fields, until he reached the palace where dawn is born, where his father rested between journeys. Imagine for a moment approaching a brilliance so pure that the world falls hushed. Helios, radiant and unfathomable, looked upon this boy and listened as Phaethon whispered his wish, not for power, but for truth, to ride across the sky just once, cradled in his father's golden chariot, so all would know, so he himself could believe. Helios, with all a father's love and worry, hesitated. The sun's course is not a gentle stroll, he cautioned. The mighty horses, wreathed in flames and willful as storms, obey only the surest hand. The constellations above, those ancient guardians, watch for balance, for order, as delicate as softest silk. Still pressed by his son's hope, Helios offered his oath, sworn by the river Styx that no wish would be refused. So at dawn, son and father stood beneath the vault of heaven, where hopes burn bright and peril cannot be uninvited. In that moment, as the golden reins fell into Phaethon's hands, the world shivered with anticipation. The chariot, alight with splendor, rose gently at first. The horses' hooves sprinkled the sky with morning stars. Phaethon's heart beat in time with the spinning earth, a melody of awe and breathless joy. He was, if only for a heartbeat, the keeper of light, the painter of daylight, the whisperer of dawn's softest hues. But as the chariot soared, the world turned unfamiliar. The horses, sensing the unsure weight behind the reins, tossed their flames higher. The gentle curve of the sun's path trembled. The sky grew dizzy with the tilt of their course. Below, rivers glittered with confusion. Forests blinked and shivered, and mortals looked upward, shielding their eyes from light that burned too close. Phaethon tried, oh, how he tried, to steady the runaway chariot. He called each horse by the name his father had carefully spoken. He pleaded with the constellations for guidance, his voice tangled with wind and wonder. Yet, the chariot climbed too high, setting the distant stars aglow with day's fire. Then it dipped too low, letting flames tickle the treetops, painting deserts from once green fields. For a breathless moment, entire worlds teetered between day and disaster. Mountains smoked, rivers shrank. and Phaethon, in the grip of the thunderous chariot, glimpsed not the glory he had imagined, but the fragile strings tying all things together. In that fevered blaze, longing turned to understanding. The weight of the sun is not for one spirit to bear. Far off on Olympus, the watching gods exchanged worried glances. And so, with a heavy heart, Zeus took up his thunderbolt. The only kindness left was to bring the wild ride to a gentle stop before sky and earth could tear apart. A single flash, a quiet, brilliant end, and the chariot drifted silent, the horses calmed, the world wrapped again in the gentle hush after a storm. Phaethon's light faded softly, like the end of a cherished song. Yet from his story, a deeper glow lingered in the world. The rivers remembered him in their quiet reflecting, and the poplars on their banks wept amber tears, forever stirring with the wind. The path he blazed across the heavens became the Milky Way, a gentle swath of hope across the night. And Helios, every morning since, guides his chariot with a little more care. Each ray of sunlight is a promise of warmth, of healing, of forgiveness, and above all, of love. Let us remember how easily wonder can turn to wildfire when guided by unsteady hands. The yearning for belonging can light the sky, yet wisdom whispers for patience, for gentleness, for trust in the paths already traced by those before us. If you ever feel a longing to reach for something brighter, remember Phaethon's ride. The sun's journey from dawn to dusk is not only a tale of glory and daring, but an invitation to cherish both the golden moments of discovery and the gentle return to home's embrace. Now, as the day settles, let these gentle patterns of light and shadow bring comfort. And may every sunrise remind us that though our hopes may sometimes blaze too fiercely, the world always welcomes us back into warmth and peace.